Wherever you go, they go. You move to the kitchen, they follow. You sit on the floor, they crawl into your lap. You stand up, they toddle after you. You are their sun, and they are in permanent orbit. Some days it is adorable. Other days, it is exhausting. But here's the question nobody asks. Not why are babies clingy? That is the wrong question. The real question is, what is your baby's brain actually doing when it follows you? Because something is happening in those moments, and once you understand it, the following stops feeling like a problem and starts feeling like something to pay attention to. This is visible from around 8 months, but the mechanism starts earlier. 1. They are not following you, they are using you. John Bowlby called this the secure base. A baby who feels securely attached does not stay pressed against a caregiver. They use the caregiver as a base to venture out from and return to. They explore, look back to check you're there, or they hit something unfamiliar, retreat to you, re-regulate, and try again. The following behavior you see every day is the baby maintaining the conditions under which exploration is possible. They follow you not because they cannot be without you, but because keeping you within range allows them to engage with the world safely. Mary Ainsworth demonstrated this clearly. Securely attached babies were not the ones who clung intensely. They were the ones who moved away most confidently, checked back most readily, and returned most easily when stressed. The following and the exploring were two sides of the same coin. When your baby follows you everywhere, they are not demonstrating dependence. They are demonstrating the conditions that make independence possible. 2. Your body is a map of the world. A lot of your baby's learning happens through observational learning, watching you. When your baby follows you, they are studying your face, your reactions, your body language. You are, to your baby's developing brain, a real-time map of what everything means. This is social referencing. Your baby approaches something unfamiliar, and before they engage with it, they look at you. If your face is relaxed and open, they proceed. If your face is tense or alarmed, they pull back. The visual cliff experiments showed this clearly. When mothers showed fear, almost no infants crossed. When mothers showed encouraging expressions, the vast majority crossed. The baby's behavior was determined entirely by the caregiver's face. Following is not just about proximity. It is about access to information. 3. They are downloading everything you do. Mirror neurons fire both when an action is performed and when that action is observed. Your baby is not passively witnessing your life. They are running a simulation of it. Every time you pick something up, open a drawer, wash your hands, or carry something from one room to another, their brain is rehearsing your movements. They are building motor patterns, sequences, how people navigate the physical world. Andrew Meltzoff found that infants as young as 14 months would imitate actions they had observed up to a week earlier. Your baby is not just watching, they are saving. Following you is educational. You are your baby's primary curriculum. 4. Your smell is part of why. Most parents think of following as a visual behavior, but a significant part of what anchors your baby to you is something more primal than vision, your smell. Human infants can identify their mother's scent within days of birth. The olfactory system is developed at birth and plays a role in attachment. Your smell helps regulate your baby and tells their nervous system that the safe person is nearby. 5. The following is measuring something. Following behavior is not constant, it fluctuates. Some days your baby seems glued to you. Other days they wander further and explore more independently. Most parents assume this fluctuation is random. It isn't. Following behavior intensity is a real-time measure of your baby's felt security. When they feel safe, regulated, and confident in your availability, they venture further. When something is shifted, an illness, an unfamiliar environment, a disruption to routine, or a developmental leap, they pull in closer. Developmental psychologists call this the distance regulation system. Close following is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that their system is working. The baby who follows you relentlessly during a developmental leap is not regressing. They are managing the demands of a fast-growing brain. They need more of you. Not forever, just right now. 6. What happens in their brain when they can't follow you? When the following is blocked, when you leave and they cannot come, their stress response system activates. Cortisol rises, heart rate elevates. The nervous system shifts from the calm, exploratory state that supports learning into an alert state, oriented toward one thing: finding you. It is biology. The distress of separation is not irrational. It is the appropriate response of a nervous system that understands that proximity to caregiver equals safety. When separation distress is handled responsively, a caregiver returns, reconnects, and helps the baby re-regulate, the cortisol spike resolves more quickly. The nervous system learns that separation is temporary, that you always come back, and that distress ends with reunion. When separation distress is handled dismissively, the nervous system does not get the corrective experience it needs, and repeated unresolved separation distress can carry forward into anxiety and hypervigilant following behavior. The baby following you everywhere is not a phase to get through. It is a window into development. Every time they follow you, they are using you as a secure base. Every time they look back to check you're there, they are social referencing. Every time they toddle after you into the kitchen, they are learning. Be there. Let them follow. The independence comes, and it comes more solidly for the children whose caregivers understood what the following was for. Subscribe to Baby Behavior Decoded